on!
Daniel shouted. It approached Daniel. I stumbled, and then, without warning, snowy silence. A Yeti encounter. The decision to climb Mount Raksha, a lesser-known peak nestled in the Himalayas, was one born out of sheer adrenaline and a sense of adventure. My climbing partner Daniel and I had already scaled several peaks throughout our career, and the thrill of the unknown was what drove us further up each mountain. As we set up camp on Raksha, we knew this would be a climb unlike any other. The frigid evening air seemed to seep into every pore as we pitched our tents on a flat stretch, surrounded by walls of blinding white snow. The serenity of the place was breathtaking, the only sound being the occasional gust of wind and the hiss of our portable stove. Over the warmth of canned soup, Daniel reminisced about our past ascents and spoke fondly of his daughter's recent school achievements. The casual conversation felt like an anchor to reality amidst the vastness of the wilderness. But morning brought with it an eerie stillness. After a breakfast of energy bars and dried fruits, we embarked on our ascent, determined to make it to the top by sundown. Hours into the climb, the sight of a gaping cave entrance, half buried in the snow, caught our attention. The mouth of the cave seemed to beckon us. Curiosity piqued, we decided to take a quick detour. Inside, the air was oddly warmer, the sound of our breaths echoing off the walls. And then I saw them, scattered bones, some small, others large, and unmistakably humanoid. Could be old climbers or animals, Daniel murmured, but uncertainty laced his voice. Despite the chilling find, we brushed it off and continued our climb, the cave soon fading behind layers of snow and mist. But as we neared the peak, an uneasy feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. We hadn't seen another soul since we began our ascent, yet there was a growing sense that we weren't alone. A low growl, almost imperceptible over the whistling wind, made us stop dead in our tracks. Peering into the mist, we could barely make out a large silhouette, hunched yet towering, moving with a grace that seemed impossible for its size. Suddenly, a fierce gust of wind almost knocked me off balance. As I stumbled, my boot got caught between two rocks, and the earth seemed to give away beneath me. I was dangling precariously off the edge of a sheer drop, panic coursing through my veins. "Hold on!" Daniel shouted, his voice filled with terror. He lunged towards me, but the hulking figure drew closer, its growls more pronounced. The Yeti, for there was no mistaking it now, had piercing blue eyes that seemed to glow against its snow-white fur. But instead of attacking, it just watched, its eyes moving between Daniel and me, as if assessing the situation. My fingers grew numb, the precipice below seeming to beckon me. Just when I thought I'd plummet to my death, Daniel managed to loop a rope around me, securing it to his waist. With immense effort, he began pulling me up. But the Yeti didn't leave. It approached Daniel, who stood his ground, his eyes never leaving the creatures. For a long, heart-stopping moment, the two locked eyes. And then, without warning, the Yeti turned and disappeared into the mist, leaving us alone once again. We made our descent in a haze of disbelief. Was it real, or had the altitude played tricks on our minds? Neither of us spoke about it until we reached base camp, where we were greeted by astonished fellow climbers who'd heard our tale from porters, who'd seen the Yeti from a distance. Back in the comforts of home, the story became a stuff of legend among our peers. Many were skeptical, but Daniel and I knew the truth. That moment, teetering between life and death, was a haunting reminder of nature's mysteries. We might never know why the Yeti spared us, but one thing was for sure. The mountains held secrets that were best left undiscovered. As the years went by, we often recounted our encounter, embellishing certain details for effect. But the core of the story remained unchanged, a testament to the unfathomable mysteries of the wild. And as for Mount Raksha, we never set foot on its slopes again. Some stories are best left untold, and some mountains are best left unclimbed.